What is going on, guys? Happy Friday and welcome back to the channel. My name is Hart. Today I have two NBA player props I like for tonight's NBA game between the Heat and Celtics, game two of the Eastern Conference Finals. We're on a nice little streak here, 5-1 to start off the conference finals. So looking to continue that into tonight. So make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Check out my NBA DFS breakdown for DraftKings for tonight's showdown slate. That should be out before this. Check out my Patreon link down below if you guys want more picks that I'll be putting up on my price or on my Patreon later today. I have a six pick for you guys, all that good stuff. So make sure to check all that out. Hit that like button, subscribe button, and let's get into this breakdown. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at HeartDFS. Let's try to run up those numbers. Let's get to 700 followers. Come on. I'll answer the questions you guys have. Hit my DMs, all the good stuff. Recapping the plays from yesterday. So we went 1-1. We went with the over on Jokic, 3.5 turnovers, and we went with the over there of 24.5 points for Anthony Davis. Jokic easily hit. I think he finished with 5 turnovers, so that was sweat free. And then Anthony Davis, he scored 18 points. He shot 4-15. Yeah, that is not going to get it done. So we went 1-1. We're still 5-1 to start off the conference finals. But yeah, I mean, there's not much you can do about Anthony Davis playing 42 minutes and going 4-15 and only getting 18 points. Yeah, I mean, I'd go back to him 1,000 times over. He had the shot attempts. He got to the free throw line. He just could not hit a shot. 4-15 is not going to get it done. And he still only finished 7 points off of what we needed. He finished with 18, needed 25. So not much complaining because you can't really complain about a guy just shooting 4-15. Everything else was there that we needed for him to try to get that, and he just couldn't hit a shot. So, yeah, looking to today. I have two for you guys today. The first one is going to be the over here for Jason Tatum. Going to be take over 20.5 field goal attempted for him tonight. Loving this line for Tatum. If we pull him up here on DraftKings, his box score, we can see it. Tatum's pretty much been averaging, I'd say, about 22 shots per game, especially since this playoff started. So obviously, last game he did not shoot. He only shot 4 times in the second half, and he was still at 17. You expect that number to be double at least. Like he's going to be a guy who's probably going to shoot close to 8 to 9 times a quarter. And obviously, last game he was just super non-aggressive that second half, and they lost. And they're gonna. I really expect him to step up today. I mean, he's a guy who's already seen huge minutes. Going to be seeing close to 42, 43 minutes here in a close game. And as I mentioned, he's a guy who already shoots the ball a ton. Now you add on the extra motivation where people are like, "Oh, he fell off in that second half. He disappeared. He only shot it 4 times. Super non-aggressive. Really expect Jason Tatum to be aggressive the whole entire game. Come out and shoot 21 plus times. As you can see, he hit it. Obviously, not last game because he was not aggressive, but 28 before that, then 21, then 27. Obviously, 20 versus Philly, then 27. Only played 19 minutes there, but then 25, 20, 21, 20, 22, 22, 23. As you can see, if he's getting up into since the start of the playoffs, he's going to be shooting 20 plus times a game. So I'm liking this number for him to be super, super aggressive, to blow by this number. Even if he shoots the ball poorly, he's still one of those guys who's going to be extremely aggressive. So I do like the over there for Jason Tatum field goal attempted. If you guys don't like it, you can definitely switch to his fantasy score. I mean, his fantasy scores are a very low one. He's a guy who can stuff the stat sheet. Obviously, playing 42 minutes a game. He's the main ball handler. Like rebounds, assists, steals, blocks, threes, all that stuff adds up for him. So I think that's a pretty low score for him. If you want to take that instead of the over field goal attempted for him, you definitely can. So that's definitely there. That's going to be the first pick. The second pick I have for you guys today here is going to be the over here of Kyle Lowry over assist of 4. If you're a chart bro, you can see his chart here. He's push, hit it, and then missed by 1 last game. So the reason why I like this over for Kyle Lowry is he's a guy who's seen a ton of minutes recently. Like he is capped at about 30 minutes per game, which obviously limits his upside a little bit there, but he's been super, super productive when he's out there. He's been very, very aggressive on the offensive end. As you can see, since that the start of the Knicks series here, where he's seen those minutes, he's seen the 30 plus minutes. It's 6, 6, 4, 4, 5, 9. So he's pushed or hit it every single game until that first game until the last game. So I'm liking this over here for Kyle Lowry. As I mentioned, he should see 30 minutes here in a close game. He's been hitting it or pushing it every single game besides that last one, where he had the opportunities. He had 7 assists, only finished with 3. Usually the hit rate's about 50%. So I guess it was almost right on. But yeah, as you can see over his last 6-7 game stretch here for player passing, he's averaged 11 potential assists per game, and he's hitting at about 5.2. He's getting 11 potential assists per game, and he's getting 5.2 of those are converted into actual assists. So solid numbers there. That's obviously 1.2 higher than his current line on his assists there at 4 on PrizePicks. And if we look at the odds on DraftKings Sportsbook, you can see right now -160 to go over 3.5. So pretty much -160 to at least push at 4 assists. So those are very, very, very high odds there. Juice is heavily on the over for him to hit that over. I know a lot of people are on Kyle Lowry today. He's a very solid play. He's been super, super aggressive. So this is kind of, I think, more of a hedge to like if he comes out and can't hit a shot because he's been shooting the ball kind of like lights out recently. If he comes out and he can't hit a shot, like, I expect him to still be aggressive offensively and still pass the ball. So it really just comes down to can the Heat make shots, and I think they will. So I like the over here for Kyle Lowry, over assists 4, and the over Jason Tatum 20.5 field goals attempted. As I mentioned, a few other ones I do like here. I will mention are I think the Tatum over fantasy score is a very solid one. I think the Bam one is solid as well. As you can see, he's pretty much been floating around that line every single game, and when he's missed, he's barely missed. So one of those guys where even though he does tend to fall out of the offense like for a quarter or two, he still has that ability to get you there with like blocks, steals, rebounds, assists, all that stuff. So I think Bam's still a super solid play there. Brogdon played 37 minutes. I'm not sure if we can expect that same thing again, but if he's going to be playing at least close to 30 minutes, if not more. That's a pretty low fantasy score line there for him at 25.5. And then I will mention honorable mentions are Marcus Smart, the guy who's been playing mid 30s minutes. He can stuff the stat sheet. He's always up and down, but he's definitely a pretty low fantasy score with the guy getting those minutes. And then Kyle Lowry, as I mentioned, he's been on fire the past 6-7 games. He's hit it every single time. It's going to be a super popular prize pick play for today, that fantasy score. So you can definitely go with that, but I think I feel a little bit safer with assist just because if you can't hit his shots, he still will try to get people involved. So these are the 2 picks for today. I'm going to be locking them in. Hope you guys like the video. Hit that like button and subscribe. I will have a 6th pick on my Patreon link down below later today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.